What's going on, people? How you doing? My name is DOCTORSAMMY BAYA. Please welcome back to my channel. How to know if a narcissist is finally done with you. How to know if a narcissist is finished with you. That is the title of today's episode. If you are in a relationship with a narcissist, it can be hard to assess their volatile emotions. 1 minute you're together and then suddenly they discard you for some unknown reason. You may start to wonder if they've really ended the relationship or if it's just temporary. So, how do you know if a narcissist is finally done with you? How do you know if a narcissist is finished with you? Let's find out. For starters, narcissists are finished with you once your narcissistic supply gets stale. At some level, I do believe that the inherent insecurity of a narcissist means that once you actually love them, because they are incapable of loving themselves, they actually have some contempt for people who do love them. It is twisted but true. The architecture of a narcissistic relationship, that is love bombing, devaluation, discard, and hoovering, that is sucking you back, means that it can take a few turns at bat for them to really be done. So some signs are to know if a narcissist is finally done with you, to know if a narcissist is finished with you, finally finished with you. Some signs include they no longer even have the energy to hold you in contempt or anger or lust. They just look right through you and don't show you any strong emotion. Then they're done with you. Number 2, complete loss of interest in sex. With a narcissist, it is sex. It is never about intimacy. But there'll be a complete loss of interest in sex. Then that narcissist is finally done with you. Then there'll be ghosting. This relates to them not having the energy to hold you in contempt or anger or lust. Ghosting, they just can't even muster up the energy to keep you around for a little bit of narcissistic supply. Then to know if a narcissist is finally finished with you, there is a true replacement. If a narcissist finds a partner they really deem more superficially better than you, that is younger, more attractive, wealthier, more powerful, more famous, then the excitement of such a sparkling new source of supply and the validation that comes with it means that they will be done with you. Though, once the new supply rejects them, then they may come back to you. Hopefully, you are nowhere to be found. Most of the time, that's what happens. The other sign that a narcissist is finally done with you, your validation and a supply don't get you anywhere. Usually, narcissists can be relatively easy to manipulate through empty and inane compliments and flattery. But if even that isn't working, then they may really have run through you. They're done with you. The narcissist may be a male or female, a boss, a spouse, a partner, or a co-worker. I hesitate to say a friend because narcissists have trouble making friends, because they don't dialogue or empathize, but they expect to be listened to extensively and with admiration. So let me give you some early sometimes there are early, sometimes subtle signs that the narcissist may be finished with you, and more obvious absolute signs. The early signs that the narcissist is finished with you would include the narcissist often ignores what you say, almost as if you never spoke. The narcissist stops texting back to you or delays for days. The narcissist does not make eye contact with you. The narcissist, if it is a group setting, the narcissist never acknowledges you, although he or she may acknowledge others. The narcissist broods or scolds and pouts most of the time when with you. The narcissist starts accusing you of being envious of him or her when the reverse is probably true. The narcissist starts accusing you of lying or being disloyal. The narcissist feels easily slighted or criticized, even if it's constructive. The narcissist acts vengeful for no apparent reason, but if you look a bit deeper, it is probably because they feel rebuked, slighted, or denied, and they aren't getting their way. Their frequent silent treatment gets more often. So the absolute signals that the narcissist is finished with you include the silent treatment is daily until you are totally ignored like you are a piece of furniture. You are accused of lying, cheating, being disloyal frequently with no clear explanation or reason. A spouse or partner is unfaithful to you and has frequent sexual affairs that are kept secret until by chance you learn of this and the narcissist denies it or is clearly caught and can't hide the truth any longer. This could go on for decades before you know, but when you do know, he or she blatantly says he or she is through. The narcissist has affairs and says he feels ashamed, but continues doing so. The narcissist fires you if you are under his or her employ with barely an explanation and absolutely no empathy for your reactions or resulting plight. If you want to know if a narcissist is finally done with you, there is never an answer to any of your texts, emails, calls, or letters with perhaps one initial explanation and then never again. The narcissist continuously takes advantage of you and exploits you with no letter. No admiration is ever enough. The narcissist is always in a rage at you. You receive notification that you are being sued for a divorce unexpectedly. Maybe because you didn't pick up subtle signs, but it is not your fault that you are surprised. Often people who are in relationships with a narcissist are what we call people pleasers. Narcissists are charming bullies who are often motivated by a deep fear of abandonment. Something they experienced in childhood. Now they punish the rest of the world for it, especially with their close personal relationships, because emotional support was something they were often denied during childhood. So to make it even trickier, their behavior in front of others can be very different than when they are at home with their partner. It can be tough for others to validate that you are being abused by them at all because others experience them as charming and invested. Narcissists tend to attract those they perceive as weaker, and they use shame to intimidate, controlling them through anger and disgust. Their partners are often codependent, people pleasers, or those emotionally frozen. They tie their happiness to the happiness of their partner, and they are willing to self-sacrifice for love. That's a lot of power to give someone over your own happiness. Narcissists will take full advantage of the overgiving of their partner while giving back 20%. People pleasers and those who are emotionally frozen are the most common types of personalities that are attracted to narcissists. So when a narcissist is done with you, narcissists thrive on validation. When they show more interest in those outsides of your relationship as they seek validation, your opinion is becoming less valuable to them. They get more critical and demanding because they know your triggers and what will get them the reaction they seek. Nothing fully pleases the narcissist, and they continuously look for opportunities to criticize and diminish you. So get ready for a lot of fights, obvious lies, mysterious calls, and meetings as they draw further away from you. Narcissists always look outside of their relationships for validation, and they can be charming for a short period of time, which is why they are usually quiet people. They're actually the quiet people, especially when they're dealing with their friends. They're very popular. So it's interesting. I've had clients whose husbands went out and had an affair because they were competitive and so afraid of abandonment. They convinced themselves that their spouse was the one having an affair when this was the farthest thing from the truth. So for me, the biggest question is, why did the narcissist show up in your life? What about you attracted to that narcissist? So to heal from a relationship with a narcissist is to first heal your insecurities about being good enough and shifting your attitude about relationships. It is the big reason why attraction to each other happens in the first place. You both resonate with the same low vibrational frequency of low self-esteem. In the world of energy, like attracts like, opposites do not attract. Our relationships are mirrors of how we feel about ourselves. Often, I see codependent people trying to create the love they missed from a parent in childhood by attracting partners that create similar situations to those they experienced in their home life. So more times than not, they will attract a similar personality to the parent that denied them. That is, a parent who denied them love. They often think that if I couldn't win the love of my mother or father, then I will win with my partner, so I know that I am okay. Hence the continuous overgiving. The challenge is that narcissists lack empathy because they are so self-absorbed. It's always all about them. So any expectation for them to relate to how you are feeling got shut down before they met you. And hey, they love personal slaves. Why will they ever ask you to stop hand and footing them? So this can become a depressing cycle of unfulfilling relationships for everyone. So what needs to change to attract more loving relationships? Shift your vibration and your world will shift with it. How do you shift your vibration? Vibration is affected by the way you think and, more importantly, how you feel. The biggest lie we tell ourselves is that we are not good enough. The truth is we are enough for anything we want to manifest. Switch to love-based thinking and let go of fear-based thinking. One thing an overgiver knows is that nothing changes if you stay the same. Overgiving does not develop a healthy relationship. All healthy relationships are 50-50, and they are based on mutual respect and equality in how much each gives to the other. Happy people decide to be happy. It is not something that just happens. Know that your safety comes from love, not the fear of not being good enough and the incredible energy wasted on trying to prove it to someone who doesn't want you to be strong and independent. The narcissist and their partners, the people pleasers and those emotionally frozen, have one thing in common that connects them, that is low self-esteem. The behavior that is born of this limiting belief along with the vibration is sent out magnetically, attracts someone with a different version of the same feeling of I'm not good enough, and the cycle begins again. So this is the biggest lie we tell ourselves, and it gets us into all kinds of messes. So find new ways to feel safe, because trying to change others or accepting bad behavior from them because you are used to it is not good enough for you. So set the bar high, love yourself more, and so will everyone else that deserves your magnificence. It's really impossible to predict when a narcissist is done with you, because in most cases, a narcissist never considers them done with you. They may discard you for years, but they often reappear. To anyone that they've been able to manipulate, they may view you as someone that they still own. They'll come back at any time that they want and manipulate you again. So it's wise to always know that the narcissist just might be lurking around the corner, and to be aware of it so that you are ready if they come back and try to start manipulating their way back into your life, if only so that they can discard you again. A narcissist doesn't enter a relationship out of love for someone. They enter a relationship out of need. So when their partner is no longer feeling that need, they may choose to be done. But are they really? A narcissist doesn't give closure. They are never really done. So if for some reason in the future you become an asset to them, they won't think twice about luring you back into a relationship. So how do you know if they are done? At least for now. So let me give you some telltale signs that the narcissist is done with you, is through. They devalue you constantly by putting you down, even at times when they used to be kind. They seem visually irritated at all times with you. They become intolerant of almost everything you do. They start to not show up or come home without any excuses. They shut down or quit talking to you. They leave with no warning signs. They start showing heavier interest in someone else. Truth is, some of these actions may already be in place when dealing with a narcissist. But when you notice an increase and complete apathy towards anything you feel, need, want, then there's probably more going on. And the only way to know if they are actually not totally finished with you is time, because it's not in their best interest to give closure or break ties completely. It's really up to you to make that decision. The narcissist will start to devalue you. You are once their everything. They put you on the highest pedestal and made you feel so important and valued. When they start to compliment you less and instead start to insult you, then you know the tide is turning. It may not always be the case, but as humans, many times we can feel in our gut when we are being disrespected. Listen to that gut feeling. The narcissist is starting to turn on you, and all the good days are behind you. If this person is saying and doing things to make you feel undervalued, they are done with you and they are preparing to exit the scene. They finally ignore you for good. In the early stages of a relationship with a narcissist, you will experience love bombing unlike you've ever experienced. So when they start to go in the complete opposite direction, it can be shocking. When a narcissist gets bored with you, they will start to get distant and ignore you. However, you should know that a narcissist will likely come back and return to their charming and lovely facade that you fell in love with. Stand your ground and don't let them back in. Eventually, they will accept the hint and they'll finally leave you alone and they'll ignore you for good. You will know when a narcissist is finished with you because they suddenly go no contact. They won't initiate contact and they will probably stop responding to your messages and ignore your calls. There are usually two reasons for this. They either realize that you have sussed them and they can't get what they want from you anymore, or they have found themselves a shiny new supply that they perceive as superior to you. They might be younger, better looking, more successful, and so on. Or it may just be that they can manipulate them more. But a narcissist is rarely truly finished with you. It might be months or years down the line that they might try and hoover you. This could be a blank message accidentally sent to you, or it might even be a hi, how are you doing? They do this because they have run out of attention. Narcissists need plenty of attention, and if their new supply ends, then they will look for someone else. If they can't quickly find anyone else, then they will fall back on someone from their past. Narcissists leave relationships when their needs aren't being met. These are needs at the expense of their partner, not healthy reciprocity that's necessary for a relationship. Narcissists' needs include financial gain, attention, praise, control, sex, and anything that makes the narcissist look superior. The narcissist tends to leave the relationship abruptly, with much chaos and without regard for their partner's feelings of disposability. Often they come back again and again, which means that they may never be done with you. Only when they have a steady supply elsewhere will they stay away. Thank you for watching this video. If you've loved it, please say it in the comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up. Click on the like button. Share the video as widely as possible to all those who may need it. Please tell a friend to tell a friend about this YouTube channel. Word has it out there that Dr. Sammy BAYA YouTube channel is one of the best YouTube channels as far as narcissistic relationship is concerned. So please, let's share this video widely. If you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, scroll up and choose the all option. That is the only way you get notified each time I upload my videos. Knowledge is power, information is power, and learning is a superpower. I love you all to the moon and back. God bless you. Catch you later in the next video.